do I get? I forgot how to get to that.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
If there's anybody there, uh,
Are we by
I
ourselves
thought I
today?
put a notification out, but I'm not sure if I did. Didn't act quite the same as it did last time. Actually had a countdown
Uh-oh.
and everything. So we'll wait a few minutes, and if nobody shows up, it's my fault. There is somebody here. There's one person, shit. So welcome, whoever that is.
Hello.
Let us know if you can hear
I
us.
can't. Oh. No, it's me. How do I get onto that, though? I forgot how I did that last time.
So how do you get onto what, honey?
How do I get to watch our live? I forgot how I did it the other day. Thank you.
Hello, old man King Homestead.
Hello, old man King.
Good afternoon to you.
Oh.
We were a little bit nervous. There wasn't anybody here. I don't think I put the notification up right.
Did you get a notification? Did you see one?
It looks like we're going to be...
How are your chickens doing? Devil Dog.
Hello, Devil Dog.
How are ya? We're totally pleased to see you come and visit us
Totally
today.
pleased. We were a little scared. I don't think I put the notification up properly. I did it right last week. I thought I did.
Yes, he got it. Old man said he got it.
You got the notification?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I guess I did it right then. I wasn't sure because it didn't act the same this time as it did last week, and we're total newbies, so I assumed I messed it up. But I'm glad you all got that.
We're doing really good, Devil Dog, and thank you so much for putting us up last night. That was like amazing and so impressive and so humbled. And we got what 10 new subs.
10 new subs.
So thank you. That was like so special. We can't thank you enough. That was awesome.
I'm glad to hear that your chickens are doing good. Sue told me about them. Yeah. So yeah, it's been a crazy week. We had to get the finicky Francesca. We had to get her registered. We had to get her inspected. We had to get her insured. And so I went down to the insurance company, and they were communicating with the registry, which is cool because that means I don't have to go to the registry. But for some reason or another, the registry couldn't understand my rig at all because it's a 2004 van, but a 2005 camper. I tried to explain to them that these companies buy these vans, make campers out of them, and sell them the following year. So a lot of times, yeah, the van will be a year old, but with no mileage on it, basically. And they wanted me to explain what a Class C was, and they, it was crazy. I was there for an hour and a half. It baffled their minds. It's crazy. It's like they've never heard of a Class C. So finally, what they did was it used to be registered in Rhode Island as a 2004. Now in Massachusetts, it's registered as a, I'm sorry, it was a 2005 in Rhode Island. And here in Massachusetts, it's voila, it's a 2004 because it was the only way the registry could understand. So fine, it is what it, it is what it is. And the insurance company was awesome. Those people are awesome. And it did save me from having to go to the registry. But when you have to explain to the registry what a Class C mobile home is, it just blows my mind. Like they've never ran into a Class C mobile home before. They don't understand that it's a van made into a camper. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but it seems like there's not a whole lot of common sense going on today or something. I don't know. It's like, crazy.
Hello, Linda Bacher. Thank you guys. Thank you for coming to visit us.
Hi, Linda.
And James Cantonese. Awesome.
Oh, hi, James.
Nice to see you.
Yes, very
guys,
nice
it's
to
so
see
awesome
you.
to come visit today.
Yes, very, very awesome.
It's been a busy day. Been down trying to do final cleaning, so we're going to go on our first camping trip this Friday.
We're very excited.
So,
yes.
Yeah, we are excited, but trying to do the last. I've been down there doing the upholstery with Resolve and trying to use the rug washer on the seat chairs, which weren't very easy.
Yeah, because my dad followed stock car racing. He'd go to all these different racetracks, not NASCAR like you see on TV, but short track racing. And of course, he'd be involved with a lot of folks in the pit area. So they'd come in and out and in and out. And they'd drag in wheel bearing grease and sand and dirt, rocks and grub. And the carpet had a couple of really bad stains. Susie's managed to get them off with this stuff called Awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
Um, Tell them about
What
that.
is that? Oh God, I can't remember the name now.
Awesome.
Something awesome though.
Totally awesome.
Totally awesome. That's it.
Yeah, totally awesome.
That's the name of it.
It is totally awesome. Like you can actually clean your rig with it too. You can spray it on, let it sit, and then wash it off, and it whitens the rig right up. But it's really good stuff. Susie did a really, really nice job. So anyways, after I got this thing, Finicky Francesca registered and insured, I had to inspect it. So I called where we usually have our Corollas inspected, and of course the guy laughed because he can't fit a dance hall like that in there. So he sent me to a place called Leach Auto Body in New Bedford, Massachusetts, which is an old city with narrow roads. So I had to drive that 32-foot, 8-inch Class A down through the city streets, and I did well, and I got in there, and we got our sticker. Of course, when I left, I had to hit a curb, and I barely hit the curb, though, just touched it. But it's all part of the learning curve,
Hello, Bob and Sue. Lucky Dog Productions. Thank you for coming to visit. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's fine. No, thank you, everybody, for being here. We were a little nervous when we started. There was nobody here. I was like, uh-oh, I think I screwed it up. So, anyways, we ran the rig up 15 miles up the highway and stuff. We got some fuel, and of course, when I pulled up to the fuel pumps, I parked as close as I would with a Toyota Corolla, and then I'm looking at it and I'm putting gas in it, and I'm saying, I'm gonna have a hard time getting out of here with my tail swing with that gas pump. And at least I was aware of it, and I had to make a 2-point, maybe a 3-point turn, and get it out of there in one piece. Thank God. Where we store it in the yard down here, it's at a little bit of a slant. So every time that we store it here in the yard, we have to put it up on leveling blocks and stuff, which is kind of a pain in the neck. But today, my brother-in-law, Susie's brother, owns a construction company. He came by and he's going to put some gravel in and make it all level. And that way, when we pull in, we can just be level and not have to worry about it. We're down there working in it and all that kind of stuff. So it'd be fun to have it, level. And so when we get home from our first camping trip this weekend, which was super excited, but nervous with anticipation, I guess is the best way to put it. I got to drive it up there, which is fine. I'm getting used to it. It'll be okay. I'm a really good driver. It's just I'm not used to just something so big. I've got to really think ahead, making turns and backing up and all that kind of stuff. So so we went up, we got fuel, we brought it back, and she's actually ready to go. Other than the last minute necessities. Storage, well, that's a different story.
We won't even go there.
I mean, when we went and bought the rig and looked at the rig, we were like, oh my God, look at this, all this storage. This is going to be great. We're going to be able to bring everything that we want. We're going to be able to bring everything that we need. And as we getting into it, not so much. I mean, I've got that thing. It's crammed. It's going to, when we're done, it's going to be crammed like trying to put 50 pounds of potatoes into a 20-pound bag.
I burst his bubble because I told him I had to put Sweet Pea's carriage in there. Hello, Jamie, Devil Dog's keeper. Thank you so much for coming to join us today.
And Sweet Pea's carriage is huge. It takes up a big area, but I think we're going to get it. I got everything in there that we need. Of course, I needed my tools because, I'm the mechanic, so I'm going to be fixing anything that happens that I can on the road without a lift or jacks or whatever, anything I can fix. So I wanted all my tools. We have we have a grill, and we have a gas grill, and we have a grate grill. We have the kind with like a flat top, and then we have another one. So that fit in there. We have a rug. We have all of the hookups for the water, all of the hookups for the electricity back there. Now we have a tent on order, and I've left the space for the tent. If that tent comes and it doesn't fit in the space negotiated for it, we're going to have an issue because nothing's going to fit. We're going to have to take everything out and start over. But anyways, I've got everything else I need in the rig really, to speak of anyway. But yeah, we're nervous with anticipation, looking forward to it, yes. But in 5 days from now, we'll be camping. Yay! We're kind of excited. So, Sweepy didn't enjoy her first ride in it too much because it was sitting for a long time. The tires had flat spots. So when we first got on the highway, there was a lot of there was a little bit of vibration and the thing was kind of noisy and, all of the cabinets were kind of, shaking and stuff in the cabinets was shaking. And then after the flat spots and the tires kind of wore down, it was smooth as glass and she'd be kind of relaxed. And the last couple of days, she's been spending time in there when she didn't have to. She actually waited in there while I came to the house to get stuff. And, so she's adapted. Sweepy, all she needs is food, water, and mommy and daddy, and she's pretty much happy. So,
hello, squirrel. Squirrels magnet fishing. I watched some squirrels magnet fish. I know you've watched that before.
I have.
It was really interesting.
And it's cool.
So really fun.
And I'm going to get myself a magnet set up and try doing some of that. Maybe I can get lucky and get like a super valuable ring off the bottom of the ocean or something. But it looks cool. It's better than yanking fish out of the water, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a fisherman, so I'm not,
on occasion.
Okay.
But basically, they're cleaning the ocean, so it's really a good thing.
Oh yeah, it's an awesome thing.
Wicked
it's
good.
actually really awesome.
It's really awesome.
It's like really, really awesome. Yeah. So we're ready. We have a camping trip in Massasoit, Massachusetts, Taunton, Massachusetts. Then we are going to take a week off. Then we have one at a campground called Wampatuck, south of Boston, Massachusetts. We're going to go there. Then we are going to go to Vermont to visit my sister with my dad, if I can get my dad to go. And then we have a reservation for Horseneck Beach, which is a famous area around here. So we're looking forward to that. We also found out that our new generator is going to be soon on its way. So when we get that, and I get it put in with my dad and I are going to put it in because it looks pretty, simple. Maybe the motor mounts will be difficult, but other than that, it looks like it'd be pretty good. Rigging the exhaust might be a little bit of a challenge, but I don't think it'll be too bad. Once we get that in there, we can do some boondocking, and then I'm going to once we get those camping trips done, we're going to bring the rig back. We're going to take the bed out. We're going to take the bed out of the back, and we're going to put insulation over the water tank, and then I'm going to wrap aluminum foil and heat wrap on the pipes from the tank coming into the rig. And I'm going to cut out a grate so that we can keep some heat in that.
Hold that thought 1 second. Hello, RV Living Life. Just wanted to say hi because he said he can't stay. He just wanted to stop in and say hello.
Thank you.
Working on the next video that needs to go out today.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So.
I'm a little nervous about a video myself because we didn't film today. We worked on the rig instead. So
we get that.
I've got something small to put up next week, but I wouldn't call it anything great.
But thanks so much for stopping by and visiting us, and good luck on the next video. Hopefully it all goes smooth.
Yes.
All right, go ahead, finish with that thought. You're talking about weatherizing the.
Oh yeah, and so I'm going to try, because we're going to be traveling in the winter, and so I'm going to get a little ceramic heater for the wet bay, and I'm going to weatherproof the tank by wrapping it in some insulation. Do all of the piping till it comes into the rig with heat wrap with aluminum foil and heat wrap, and that way we're going to be able to go in January to Quartzsite.
Quartzsite, here we come.
We're not going to keep water in that until we get far enough south where we know it's not going to super freeze. And with the ceramic heater and the wrapping and everything, we should be good. Once we get into Arizona, we shouldn't have to worry about freezing too bad. Yeah, we're going to Quartzsite.
I'm very excited about that.
Very, very excited. We have a lot of YouTube people that we've made friends with that we're going to meet there. So it's going to be an awesome, awesome time. I am driving a Ford though. Not that I have anything against Fords, but it's kind of funny because I've always been like a Chevy man and a Toyota man. But any of my friends who have ever owned Fords, I've always kind of busted them about it. Oh, life must suck. You own an F-150 and this kind of stuff. Just trying to have fun with everybody. And now here I am owning a Ford. So when my friends ask me what kind of van it is, I have a hard time saying Ford. But yeah, so I got every tool that I can fit in the rig within reason with me. So if something breaks, I should be able to take care of most issues. Anyways, I don't obviously I can't jack it up. I wouldn't be able to drop a transmission or anything like that. But regular maintenance, simple fixes, I'll be able to do on the road. I have one bin with all my tools in it, and yeah.
Creekside Maples, thank you so much for coming by to visit. It's very special. And he says he does lots of winter RVing. Do you have to do the same thing with your water? What do you do about your water freezing? Do you, like some people say put, what do I want to say, antifreeze in it to keep everything from freezing, or
No, that's if you winterize it. We're not going to winterize it. We're going to make it so we can use it in the winter.
right? But
Yeah.
so, what do you do for
What do you do?
to travel for while you're traveling in the cold weather?
Well, I'm interested in any tips anybody can give us. But anyways, from watching YouTube, I've learned that I can wrap it with aluminum foil, wrap it with heat wrap, and we can get away with it. At least down south, we'll be fine. Up here, I'm not going to have any water in it because it's always a lot of times here at night it goes down to 0 or 10 or whatever. So that's never going to happen. But yeah, once we get down around Georgia and Mississippi, and we're going to take I-10 pretty much the whole way. We're going to get as close to the Gulf Coast as we can, be as warm as we can, try to stay out of the snow.
Hello, Beverly Moffat. Thanks so much for joining us today. Oh, we have a full
we have
house.
a lot of people. It's crazy.
We have a full house.
We're sitting here like deer in the headlights a while ago going, I don't think anybody's going to show. I think I did this wrong. Oh, my God. And I did it the same as last week, and I don't understand it. When I brought up, a couple minutes before our live, last week, it kind of gave like a countdown, sort of. It didn't have any of that. And I had to write the title all over again and stuff. So I don't know. It was weird. But anyways, we're all here, and I'm very happy to have you all, for sure.
He said we don't travel any now, but when we did, we had everything insulated, and we used heat tape on all exposed pipes and lines.
Heat tape, right? That's kind of what I'm going to use is a
Heat tape.
heat wrap tape or whatever. Yeah. And that way, we won't have to worry about it. As far as the black tank and the gray tank, that we're going to keep a couple of gallons of RV antifreeze in, and we can use the black tank and the gray tank, and that won't freeze. And when we dump it, I understand that antifreeze is non-toxic. So we'll just add a little more antifreeze in it. And we'll only have to do that a couple times down, a couple times back. Once we're down south, we probably won't have to worry about it too much. But anyways, I've got 6 weeks off this year. So we're taking off for the whole 6 weeks. We have to go to Yuma. I have a dentist in Mexico that I've been going to for quite a few years now. I have to go down and have some more dental work done there. And we're going to try to get that done before quartzite. And then when I'm done, hopefully early enough so I'm not mumbling to everybody, we're going to go to quartzite. People tell me that if you stay at the Indian reservation there, the Indian casino there, they have hookups for $17 a night. And then there's a place directly across the street that we can boondock, so we can go back and forth there and kind of hang out while I'm getting my dental work done. And there's been some couple things in Yuma that we wanted to check out.
We love Yuma area.
We love the area. It's like from here, if you want to get warm, most people go to Florida, which was fine 10, 20 years ago. Now it's just jam-packed with people. It's maddening. It's nuts down there in the winter. So, but when you go to Yuma, there's a lot of people, but it's not near as crowded, not near as, touristy. It's really, really cool. Every time we've been down there, the lowest we've seen is 40 at night. And most of the time it was 65 to 75 in the day, which is perfect. And there's palm trees too, just like Florida. So that's where we're going to head. We'll do some boondocking in the desert. We'll probably stay at a couple campsites. We'll stay at the Indian casino and stuff. And if anybody has any good websites that they think would be good for us to find boondocking spots or campgrounds. Put them up, and we'll if you would put them up, and we'll write them down, and we'll check them out, because it seems like I'm an old guy, but it seems like today you got to do everything online. You got to do everything by websites, and so if you have any that you know of that are really good, I know I've heard about Campendium and Gas Buddy and a couple of others I've got written down already. So we're gonna have those all investigated before we even hit the road. We're gonna get our Passport America and all that stuff. So
Which we were just talking about that. We hadn't gotten, Roy and Becky suggested last week that we get Passport America, and we hadn't gotten it. He said to me, after we made all the reservations, oh, too bad we didn't have Passport America. We probably would have saved half the price. And
yeah, right.
Oh, now, yeah,
But
we're always backwards, kind of.
we are backwards people.
And by the way, you owe Creekside Maples a little bit of an apology. He drove his 47-foot fifth wheel with his F350, was it? So
The only reason why
F350, right?
the only where the Ford Chevy thing stems from is I was raised around stock car racing, and went to stock car racing every Saturday night for I don't know what, 45 years,
Right,
basically
most of
every single Saturday night at short tracks. When we raced, we always raced Chevys, and we always made fun of Fords. Fords are fine. I swear, I'm not making fun of anybody. F-150s will roll forward, no problem. And I fully expect to get good service out of my Ford. And I've even got a Ford hat that I'm going to wear. So, yeah, it's all in fun. All my making fun of people with Fords has been all in fun. I'm not serious. I mean, Fords are fine. And yeah, I'm going to be driving one all the way to Quartzsite and back, and I'll make it.
His best friend's always driven a Ford. And
Yeah.
He's teased him terribly.
Terrible.
For however many years you've known him.
I couldn't. I had a hard time telling him it was a Ford, because
so that's why it's
teased
kind
him
of
all of
a
his
total
life.
joke, because he has teased him all his life,
Yeah.
and now here he is driving. They're like, "You're driving what?"
Yeah, but I like Fords, I like Chevys, I like Toyotas.
He said, "No offense taken at all."
Yeah, I mean,
He said he drives a GMC now.
So
When we went for our sticker, so we're waiting in the parking lot of the place to get the sticker, and we're waiting inside the rig, and all of a sudden the door opens and a kid jumped in. We were sitting on the couch, and we said, "Well, do we need to get out?" And the kid's like, "Nope." And Ron said, "Do you want me to back it up for you?" He's like, "No, I drive Class A."
I drive a Class A,
and he just backed it up like boom, boom.
And I'm like, whoa, okay. Because he knows what he's doing. Then when I left, right in front of him is when I hit the curb.
No, well, actually, you're driving out, but
yeah.
But anyway, so for anybody who's new from this week since last week, Ron's not a very good backer upper.
No,
it's not his strong suit.
But I have a backup camera. I
Yeah.
started looking at it today, and I'm going to be hooking it up. I probably won't have it hooked up for this weekend, but I'll definitely have it hooked up after that for sure. Because I do want to be able to see. There's such a blind spot behind these things. It's
My brother drives. My brother was here, like he said, and he's gonna straight flatten out the land for us down there.
This is going to be nice.
And he drives a dump truck. He drives a dump truck. He's has a construction business, and so even he said,
says there's like a learning curve.
Yeah, he said, I've driven the dump truck, and obviously they're huge.
Right.
He said, but there's still a difference. He said that back end is just so much longer.
So much longer.
He said that,
it
so it's definitely a learning.
Yeah. And when I rented the Cruise America van, we rented a Cruise America van to try this out to see if we really wanted to do it, because we've been watching all you people on YouTube, and it looks like a hell of a lot of fun to us. So we went for it, but we rented the Cruise America van to try it out, and I was behind the wheel 1 hour. I wrecked it. I hit the fence out in front of my house trying to back it in. I wrecked the fence. I wrecked the side of the Cruise America van. I put a big giant scratch down the center of Joshua Tree National Park, right down the center of it. Yeah, so
his backing up is not good.
I learned about tail swing quick.
He learned that, but yeah.
And plus when I went for gas, I learned that I got to park far enough away from the pump to make the swing out. So it's a total learning curve.
Total learning curve for sure. He said that he had to replace the transmission in his DMC 3 months ago, and last week the transfer case went out. and stranded us. So back to the fort, he said.
Good man.
As long as it runs, that's all we care about.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it runs like a top, and we had a Ford Falcon.
Yeah, actually had a Ford truck. Wasn't it?
I had a Ford. I had an F-150 for a while too. Yeah, way
Actually, his
way
boss
back.
gave him his truck. Actually, I drove the truck.
And
so.
I had a Ford Falcon with.
I can't believe I backed that thing up.
I know.
I can barely back up my Toyota. How
I
do
know.
I back? How did I back up that truck?
I don't know, but you did.
I did, and I used to also drive a Parisienne. What was that?
1985 Pontiac Parisienne.
Pontiac Parisienne.
The hood was so big you could call it a dance hall. And she used to drive it around. Right?
And I could drive that around and back that up. Now I can barely get in the driveway with my Toyota.
There you get old.
I'm ready to rub the mirrors.
Getting old. I'm getting old too. So when I was young and fearless, I probably would jump in that thing and just drive like crazy. But now I don't know, a little more cautious in my older age than I used to be, I guess.
Tony and Joni at Creekside, thank you so much. We just love having everyone here.
It's great to have all of you here. Really, it is. Really
and I'm gonna have life slowing down a little bit. Our summer schedule is quieted down somewhat, so I'll have more time to go back to doing my YouTube and stuff, which he does all the editing, and I do all the social media part of it, and which I'm not very good at that part. So I like going on the
lives.
She's lying
to you.
No, I meant as far as like the Facebook.
She's good at it.
The Facebook and the
Facebook
Instagram. I haven't gotten that down.
You've gotten YouTube down.
I got the YouTube part down, yeah. But I'd like to go and visit everybody and watch your videos, and I just haven't been able to keep up with that because it's just been a crazy schedule all summer. So, but yeah, so I'll get back to seeing everybody now that after tomorrow my life officially becomes my own again.
Yeah.
I'm not on 24/7 type things or 12-hour days, so life will be much simpler, and I can get back to watching everyone and checking out everyone's videos and stuff like that. So
Sue's got a face page started, Traveling Merton and Sue, and she's also got an Instagram started, but she hasn't quite learned the ins and outs of it yet. She's got a couple of her friends that are going to give her a hand.
I can do my Facebook page, but trying to do it's actually Merton and Sue Travel, because we couldn't figure out how to do travel in Merton and Sue. It wouldn't allow us to do it. So if any of you guys have any clue on that kind of stuff, it wanted us to do it as a business, and I guess as a business there's all kinds of other wanted to put ads, and I just wanted to make it simple, so I ended up coming up as Merton and Sue Travel. So but that's supposed to still combine with all of our Instagram, which I have no clue about Instagram. I admit it, I'm old and don't know anything about Instagram and Twitter. At least I call it Twitter. Ron calls it Tweeter.
That's how smart I am about it.
So we're not very tech savvy here. No. So it's a learning curve there. And Jesse and Lisa told Tony and Joni about us, so they decided to stop by.
Oh, cool.
Thank you, Jesse and Lisa.
Cool.
So they've been friends with Jesse and Lisa long before they started their channel. They are great. And Lisa makes the best jellies, doesn't she? I'm sure you guys got to taste some of it.
My favorite was the cactus jelly.
The prickly pear.
The prickly pear. Oh my God, delicious. The others were fantastic. Yes. Yes. The others were fantastic.
Hello, Lisa. This is Lazy Days Ahead.
Yeah, we're talking about.
We were just talking about you.
We're just talking about you, and my favorite jelly that you sent us was the prickly pear. It was delicious. The other jellies were absolutely fantastic, but that prickly pear jelly, oh my God.
He loved them.
Fantastic.
He's got a little bit left. He finished the prickly pear off, but he's got a little bit of the other two. Not a whole bunch left.
Right, I got a little bit left.
He's a big peanut butter and jelly guy, so
peanut butter
he
jelly.
loves his peanut butter and jelly for lunch.
I like butter and toast on, I like toast and jelly on. I like butter and jelly on toast.
Yep. So he's been totally enjoying it. So thank you. It was so nice. In fact, we were watching. Who was I watching earlier? Redbird Farm, and she won Jesse and Lisa's giveaway, which I was like hoping for because he was sound asleep, and I'm like, it would be great if I could win that five jars of jelly. He'd be so happy. But she won it, and she opened it today. In fact, so she was like all excited. Look what I got! And she got different brands, different types. She got one of them was it prickly? No, was it prickly pear with the jalapeno? Was that what it was?
Ooh.
Was jalapeno with some? I think it was prickly pear and jalapeno. She also got peach, which she said was her favorite.
Ooh,
So there's a couple different ones that she got that we had tried. So you must spend lots of time making jelly. I'm amazed at the time.
I love jelly on toast. I love peanut butter and jelly. It's the little kid in me or something. I just love peanut butter and jelly. I eat peanut butter and jelly at lunch probably 2 days a week at least.
Yes, our eyes popped out too. That, and then we also got a sticker and a magnet. So we got our first sticker. We were so excited, and then we went on. I don't know if you guys know White Shoulders, which Shannon we really like. I like watching her. And they did a giveaway. In fact, that day I was watching Jesse and Lisa on my phone, I believe, and I was watching them on White.
She's talented, I'm telling you.
White. Oh my God! It was, my eyes are going crazy, and this was pretty late for me because we usually are in bed at 8, like 9 the latest. So this was like past my bedtime, and my eyes were like going crazy between the two. And I ended up winning on the White Shoulders. I won 5 stickers. So we had gotten Jesse's sticker just like that during the week, and we were like so excited to get our first sticker. And I won 5 stickers. I'm like, I can't wait to tell him I won 5 stickers. And I was all excited. And then I won a $25 gift card, and you had to give up one to get the other one. And I'm like, I really want the stickers, but then I'm a cheap person, so, and I admit it.
I told you she should have got the stickers.
So my cheap person was like, and they're like, you gotta decide, Merton and Sue, you gotta decide. And I'm like, oh,
quick, decide. Yeah.
I couldn't decide. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? And of course, my cheap person was like $25 gift, because we've been spending so much money on the rig. So I'm like, well, that'll come in handy for the $25. So I went for that. But now, ever since I've been like, I should have gotten the stickers.
And we would love stickers if you all want to send us stickers.
Yeah.
If you go to our website, and in the about part at the bottom is my email address. So if you want to send us stickers, I'll give you our address here, and you can send them to us. And when we get a good stack of them, we're going to do a show, and we're going to give everybody that gives us a sticker a major shout out. So if you all want to, and you've got some stickers, just email me. I can tell the email right there, right? It doesn't matter.
Right, it's on the page.
Yeah, it's on the page anyways. It's Ron Cornell, CORNELL 543 at gmail.com.
And now we have to explain Ron. So
well, yeah, my actual name is Merton Ronald Cornell Jr. My father's name obviously is Merton Ronald Cornell Sr. My grandfather's name was plain old Merton Cornell. So
hated Merton.
I didn't hate Merton, but when you were in high school, the name Merton stuck out, so everybody would make fun of you. So I never used Merton in high school, and for all of my life, when I signed anything, it would be M. Ronald Cornell Jr. Lately, I've been using Merton Ronald Cornell Jr. And so when we started the YouTube channel, my grandfather would be so proud right now, I swear. When we started the YouTube channel, I wanted something unusual.
Well, first of all, it was Sweet Pea.
Right.
It was
about, when we started the channel, it was about Sweet Pea, right?
Right, and it was Wasn't Terry Cuteness was the name of it.
Right.
But he got a
copyright infringement. The first thing I put up, bingo, YouTube, because I used Boston Terrier Cuteness or something. I'm not really sure why. So I changed it to.
So he went downstairs. I got to think of a better name. And he has a little man cave down cellar, and he came up and goes, I got a perfect name. And I'm like, yeah, what's that? And he said, Traveling Merton and Sue. My mouth fell open. I said, what? Are you kidding? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, are you serious? You want to name it Merton? I'm like, you've been running for that name for your whole entire life.
Not running for it, just not using it.
Not using it, right.
But I figured it's a very unusual name. I've only met one other Merton in my whole life. So I figured it would stick out and people would remember it. And I'm not ashamed of the name at all. I'm actually proud of the name.
Right.
And so I might as well just, in my old age, because I hid it so long, in my old age, just let it out there. So yeah, my name is Merton Ronald Cornell Jr. But anyways, send us a note letting us know that you want to send me a sticker at roncornell543 at gmail.com, and I'll send you back my address. You can send us the sticker, And when we get a stack of them, we'll give anybody who sends us a sticker a nice shout out. We'll do a whole.
And we're gonna get some
We'll do a
stickers
whole
made, and
segment.
we'll send you guys one of ours. And in fact, can I move the computer for a second? Because I put my mail under there. Oh, sorry, guys. Where'd it go? It was a little white envelope. Did you move it? Oh, there it is. So we actually got mail talking about that today. So we got mail today, which was very exciting. And look what we got.
You got mail.
White Shoulders. Look at that awesome sticker. If you guys haven't checked her out, check her out. She takes care of goats, and she has some beautiful sunflowers growing. She's a nice lady. Really cool. So we have our second. We have
Our second one.
Jesse and Lisa's our first, and this is our second sticker. So
once we get
these
10,
are very special.
Once we get 10, 12, 15 of them, then we'll do a shout out for anybody who anybody.
And I
who
lucked
sends
out,
us
and I won a $25 gift card. Being my cheap self,
Makes her so happy.
I could have opened an envelope and had 5 stickers in it.
It could be $2 that would still make her happy, but the $25 makes her even
But I am
happy.
a cheap person, so it was like, and I'm a very indecisive person as well.
She's not cheap. She's frugal.
Yeah.
And she's frugal because she's been married to a guy who's never made a lot of money, and she had to be. So that's just the way it is. I'm just a mechanic. I don't make a whole lot of money.
She has a really cool little stamp. It says White Shoulders with the buck on it.
Very cool.
Yeah. So it was very exciting. But yeah, so I could have opened up 5 stickers today, 6 stickers, because I would have gotten hers. But
Damn.
Oh well, I know.
Damn.
And I am a very indecisive person. So when I had like all of 3 seconds, and I'm like, it takes me longer than that to type because I'm not a very good typer. I can type, but I don't know. I lost my typing skills, and so I'm basically pecking at it, and I'm like, I gotta decide and peck at the same time. Oh no!
It's hard for Susie.
It was very tough.
It's very hard for Susie to do jury duty.
Oh my
because
God!
she's
I'm not
so
a good person at that.
indecisive.
I am just like,
I don't know if I should put the guy to jail. I don't know if the guy deserves to go to jail. I don't know if So yeah, she's very undecided. It's very. Why is that? Is that behind?
It is a minute or so behind, yes.
Oh wow.
For some reason.
Hmm.
And that, yes, it is a very cool sticker, isn't it? So.
Very cool.
Yeah, so that was fun.
Very, very cool.
It was fun to get so that's our second mail call. We got our first one with Jesse and Lisa's box.
Which we'll never forget.
I know. So these guys they're very special because they're our first.
They are.
So I mean they're all special, I'm sure.
Yeah, they're all special.
But yeah, that's our first. So we are newbies and we are just starting out, and so and thanks to Devil Dog. So but you guys, I don't know if you all know Devil Dog. I went on his last night. I've seen him on. He's a modder. He's kind of like the mod father, Jesse, but he's on lots of different other ones. And I was on one last. I was doing Tuba Chat. I don't know if you guys do that. I was doing Tuba Chat, and that moves so fast. So I was doing that, and that ended, and I happened to notice that Devil Dog was up, which is way past my bedtime once again. But I'm like, I got to go say hi. So I went over to say hi, and he actually featured us, which was like. Oh my God! It just humbles us to think.
I just can't believe that people even want to watch us. I can't believe that the videos I put up, people even want to watch. I mean,
it was amazing. So he put our video up, and he actually picked the video that you titled "Barbecue." Anyone? Barbecue dirt? Is that what you call it?
I don't know if you saw that. It's
Sweet Pea eating her dirt. Sweet Pea loves to eat dirt. So Sweet Pea was eating dirt, and he put that video up, and he read our about, and it was like so special. And we got like 10 subscriptions since last night.
That's crazy.
Like before I even went to bed.
Yeah.
When I was done, I had 10. We had 10 more. So we can't thank him enough because people like that do help us grow. And I mean, I'm always willing to sub to anyone because
anybody that subs to me,
and I sub to anybody along the way.
It just seems like courtesy. It just seems it's one hand washes the other.
I want to help everyone grow.
We have so many subs now that it's hard to watch everybody, but we have our favorites and stuff, so we try to keep up. And if we weren't like working and stuff, we probably could watch a lot more, of it. But we feel bad because I wish we could watch everybody's videos. I really do.
Jesse is the true mod father. I agree. Like I said, he's like the mod father, except he's the marine version. Devil Dog is.
Right.
I
mean, I just can't believe that this. I can't believe that our YouTube channel even has 165 people.
I know.
But we're only a little ways away from 200, and when we do 200, we're going to have a good old-fashioned New England clam boil.
That was
Yeah, we had it when we hit 100. We're going to have it when we hit 200. We're going to have my dad over, I'm gonna try to get my sister to come down from Vermont, and we'll all have a clam boil together to celebrate 200, which hopefully happens pretty soon. I mean, we were stuck between 155 or 157, I guess, and 163 for the longest time. I don't know if we're doing something wrong or if whatever, we're breaking some sort of a rule, but it seems like YouTube just always wants to take a couple of subs away. You gain 3, they take 2. You gain 4, they take 1. You gain 3, they take 2. You gain 3, they'll take 3. I don't know why, but that happens to us. Does that happen to a lot of other people? I mean, does a lot of other people lose their subs too? It gets a little frustrating sometimes because Susie works hard at it, and then you wake up in the morning and you've lost 3.
Tony and Joni said they just subbed last week, so thank you guys.
Thank you.
We are, and especially to have Lisa and Jesse say, talk about us and get their friends to sub. So thank you guys for both of you, to Jesse and Lisa, and to Tony and Joni. Thank you. We are really I can't believe anybody wants to sit here and watch us crazy old people.
But so we didn't film anything this week. I do have something in storage for Friday. It's something small, something quick, because we've been trying to get the rig ready for next week. But we're going to take the GoPros along, and we're going to document all my trying to hook up, and Susie will have the GoPro going, and she'll be watching me. And if I make a mistake, I'm not going to hide it. I'll show you.
Well, it depends on whether he's going to get mad or not. Because
if I get mad, that's the thing, because I do have occasional meltdowns. When I have a meltdown, it's not pretty. There's a lot of F-bombs, and so the camera. If you see the camera going off,
it's not good.
You know why.
So I decided to do a little project, and I covered the headboard.
The headboard of the bed.
The rig is very brown.
The
it's
bed.
all brown.
Make sure they
yeah.
Yeah.
The rig is all brown. It's like a lot of brown, and I like colors.
She likes yellow.
As you can see, my yellow wall behind me. So I like yellows. I like red. So I decided to do the headboard of the queen size bed in. It's pretty. It's got a red pattern with sunflowers all over it.
It's nice.
So my sister told me. I talked to my sister because I know she's done that. My sister's very crafty. So I talked to her, and she, oh yeah, no problem. Just get the material. She suggested what kind I get, and put a batting in there. So I went to the store. I found some online, and I never got around to ordering it. And I happened to be going for something at one store, and the fabric store was next door. And I'm like, go check. And I went in, and they had the fabric. So I'm like, cool. So I bought it, and I'm all excited now. And so I go home, and we covered it, and it came out really nice. And he helped me with the stapling, so that was good.
Well, I had to hold some things for us.
Yeah, but so it went really well. But now we got to put it up.
Right. And
of course, the holes originally were 3 holes across the center.
Right.
And they had buttons on them. But when I told him I wanted to take that off, he didn't quite hear the part about I want to take it off to cover it and put it back. He took it off and threw it outside.
I thought it was
thinking
off.
It was.
So I took it off and threw it outside. Next thing I know, I come back. It's back in the rig.
On the day it was raining out.
Go ahead, anyways.
He called me from work to say, hey, it's raining out. Can you run down and shut the windows? So I did. I ran down. I'm like, oh my God. So I yanked that and put it back inside. And now, okay, so the screws were there. So we get it all covered up. I'm like, oh, so how are we going to get the screws back in? So you could kind of feel them. And he's like, well, that's never going to work. Never going to work, and all this. He's like, all right, we'll just do 2 on either corner. Well, he does the first one. Of course, he rips the fabric. And he's like, that's it. This isn't going to work. And I'm like, yes, it is. It'll go. I'm telling you. And so
right about there, the camera went off, if you noticed.
Well, yeah.
We filmed it, so I was having a meltdown.
And he's like, shut that off. I'm like, well, you don't want to see me getting cranky?
No. I'm not always cranky, but when I'm cranky, I'm cranky. So, yeah. So anyways, it came out beautiful.
So anyways, it came out nice.
It did.
Yeah. So,
it really did.
We got it up after a little bit of complaining. And this isn't going to work. He was ready to throw out the door again. And I'm like, no, it's going to work. Just do it. It's going to rip every time I put a hole in it. I'm like, oh, well, I'll cover the holes up. Just do it. And so he did take,
Yeah, and I'll be putting
took a deep breath and had a little bit more patience and was able to get it up. So
and we videoed it, and I'll be putting that up for like a Wednesday shot or something. So at some point in the future, if you watch our videos, you'll be able to see. But when the camera goes off, you know why. Then it comes back on, and you'll see it all done. But what went on between the camera going off and it all done is not filmed. So.
But it came out pretty, and it brightened it all up. And that night we did I had bought a footstool
It's a nice
And
job of that too.
we covered that
With
that and a
like
different-
a yellow.
a pretty yellow, yellow. Surprise, surprise.
We have a
So,
yellow carpet. We have a yellow house. We have a yellow we have a yellow living room. We have a yellow carpet for the rig. We have a yellow footstool for the rig.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she didn't have a yellow Corolla, to be honest with you.
Well, because you always said you wanted white, because white sticks out. People won't hit you with white. So I was never kind of given a choice on the color of the Corolla. Plus, I don't think they really make yellow ones, do
Plus, I don't know. I've never seen one.
they? Right. So
But the thing is
I have a yellow one.
plus white is, it sounds stupid, but it's easy to keep clean. It can be
love
filthy,
that.
and from a distance, it looks pretty clean. If you have a darker color car, it shows the dirt. So we don't wash our cars regularly, you know.
No,
We haven't washed on. The Corolla probably still has Utah mud on it, right?
no, it does not. Not that bad, but yeah, that would be 2 years ago now. Not quite that bad, but
what-
it's dirty.
that car was brand new, so I mean brand new, and so we drove it. This was 5 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever. So we drove it to Utah, and where we stay in Utah, there is a front house, and then there's a guest house, and the guest house is in the back of the front house, and there's this real funky, like, place you have to go, and when you're in Utah, that
In January.
mud, when it snows, like it can be bone dry and everything's cool, but when it snows and it melts down, it turns to mud. Well, I got that thing buried. I mean, right to the chassis buried. Wicked bad. I mean, I was stuck. I mean, I did not think I was going to get out of it. So I forward, backwards, and forwards, backwards, and forwards, backwards. Finally, I got it out. Well, I'm telling you, whenever I got that thing back home and I opened the hood and I started looking underneath, there was Utah mud in every nook and cranny of the wheel wells, the chassis. It was just stuffed with it. So that's why I'm goofing. I guarantee you, under that car, I can find some Utah mud. And that was 4 years ago. It was bad. I never thought we were going to get out of it. I really didn't. The whole car was just, the tires were
Well,
half.
actually, we didn't get out. Didn't we have to have
No, that was-
Sandy's boyfriend?
No, that was because
That
of
was-
snow.
Oh, that was another
I
time. Okay.
actually got out, and we ended up staying in the front house because
After that,
we couldn't get the car to the back house, so we ended up staying in the front
Well,
house.
one year we walked from one house to the other. We parked in the front house and we'd walk to the back house.
Right, we
But the
stayed.
next year I was like, okay, I don't really want to be walking in the snow.
Right.
We always came back at dark and it was like, pitch black. There's no lights back
Yeah, you
there.
gotta walk
so,
in. There's deer, and
walking,
there's bear,
you
and there's
so
all kinds of wildlife around there, and there's wolves and coyotes, and yeah. So walking through there at night was a little.
So it was our sweet sister-in-law, somebody she worked
Little
for, who let us stay
creepy.
there. So she let us stay in the front house instead of having to go to the back one. But the year we got stuck in the snow was kind of my fault because I said, we can make it. Go ahead. And he's like, we can't make it. And I'm like, yeah, we can. Needless to say, we did not.
We
And
didn't make it,
her boyfriend came with his Dodge
and pulled me out.
and pulled us out.
Dodge pulled the Toyota out.
He got us out of the stuck
Out
in
of the-
stuck in
out of
the
out of
snow.
the jam. That's where we stay in Castle Valley when we go there, and we stay at a really nice place. The lady who owns it is a millionaire, and she only uses the place for
A month or so
maybe
out
a
of the
month
year.
out of the
Yeah,
year,
it's a
maybe
beautiful
5
spot.
weeks or whatever. And we usually stay in her guest house in the back. But that particular time we stayed out into the main house, and then the last time we went there, we actually stayed in the main house.
We stayed a couple
It's
times.
beautiful. Oh my
It was
God.
beautiful.
This big picture window in the living room, and you sit there in the easy chair. You're looking right at Castle Rock. It's
Yeah, if you guys Google Castle Rock,
Gorgeous.
what a Utah is just. I don't know if you guys have ever been, but Utah
It's one of
is
our.
just.
It's probably our
absolutely
favorite
beautiful.
state. Really.
I kind of call it God's country because it's just
It's amazing.
only God could have made something so beautiful as
Yeah.
this because it is just.
You can't
absolutely
explain it.
beautiful.
You can see it in pictures. You can see it on
Yeah, it's
YouTube.
just-
You can see it in films. It doesn't do it justice. You have to go to Utah and stand there and look at it yourself. It's amazing. Utah and Arizona and some of New Mexico. We've done all 3 of them states. It's just beautiful. We love Colorado, and our new favorite state is Vermont. We haven't done a lot of time in Vermont. We just spent some time in Vermont. It's a pretty state.
It is very
It's
pretty.
a lot like New Hampshire, except New Hampshire is commercialized big time. I mean, you got Home Depots and McDonald's and stuff everywhere. You go to Vermont, you can't find a McDonald's. You can't find a Home Depot. It's all mom and pop stores and little quaint little villages and the beautiful mountains. It's nice. So we're actually looking forward to going back up there in 3 weeks or so, 4 weeks or so, to visit my sister. Get my sister moved there, so we go visit her. We're going to be staying at a campground just down the road from here too, so it's going to be nice. We're hoping to get my dad to go.
If you're listening, we want you to come with us.
When we bought the rig, he said, I want to go to Sandy's with you. And okay, Dad.
And we had already talked about inviting him to go.
And he said to me, we already talked about taking him up there.
With Sandy, saying, hey, we're going to invite him to come. She's like, oh, cool.
And he said to me, okay. He said, and there's a lot of times when I say, okay, when it comes time, I'll hem and haw and I won't want to go. So make me go. You can't make that guy do anything, but I'm going to try to see if I can get him to go. Because he needs to take some time off. You know, he's in his 80s and stuff. He just needs to chill out. He just needs to. He's not in a rut or anything like that, but he just needs to just take a little trip with us. Relax,
slow life down a little bit.
Spend some time with me and Sandy and Sue, and you know he doesn't have to worry about a thing. We have gluten-free food. He doesn't have to pay for anything. He doesn't have to do anything.
That's the thing, gluten-free food. Besides, because they're both gluten-free. Except just
be. It's all he's got to do.
The two Mertons are gluten-free, so
yeah, we have to be.
If I
eat any gluten at all, like even a crumb, I'm sick for 2 days, like wicked sick, and it takes about a week for me to come out of this such dreary tiredness that it makes me feel it's horrible. So yeah, I have no gluten at all. If I eat gluten, I'm profusely throwing up within an hour, and it only takes a crumb now, literally.
And then he can't think for a week. His
and
brain
it's
is
horrible.
like in a
I can't
fog.
think. I'm in a fog. I have no energy. I mean, I could just lay in bed for 24 hours a day if I was in that. So that's So, and my dad's the same way. So, but if he comes for us, you don't have to worry about eating anything. Phew.
Sweet Pea's pooping.
Sweet Pea's pooping. The Boston Terrier fought just headed our way. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Devil dog, you probably know what that's like.
Boston Terriers can do a lot of farting.
Sure. Sue said it's fun to catch some of the footage of goof ups, meltdowns, etc., and save it for a highlight reel. Of course, you can beep out some of the language, maybe speed it up for the funny outtakes. And Lisa said, yes, the outtakes show everyone's real. There's a whole bunch of real here.
There's a whole bunch of real here. I tend to lose my cool from time to time. That's for sure. I don't have a lot of patience.
He was having a little meltdown today because I told him he had to put Sweet Pea's carriage in the rig, and he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, you got to put Sweet Pea's carriage in the rig."
Sweet Pea has
which, if y'all haven't seen, we put up a new video.
Two videos ago.
Two video? No, didn't you just put that this week?
No, I did on chat. Anyways, the Work and Culture Museum, Sweet Pea's in there.
She went in her carriage.
Baby carriage. It's adorable.
She's just cute, anyways.
She's an old dog, and
she's just cute.
She just gets in the thing and rides around.
It was her first time
checking out the museum and getting pet by people.
But anyway, I told him he had to put the carriage in there, and he wasn't pleased. He's like, "There's not any room," and so he came in a little while later and he's like, "That's not going to work," and we had to get something else. And he's like, "Well, you didn't tell me how much more is going to go in there because it's not going to work. It's just not going to work."
I think I said at some point, "There's no bleeping room."
And I said, "Well, let me come see. I don't need your help. I can figure it out."
I don't need it. No, because it wouldn't have been good because, yeah.
But I'm very good at organizing
She is good at organizing things.
I like to buy what he calls trinkets. So one year when we went to Sandy's out in Utah, and mind you, when I pack, I am not a light packer. So I'm trying to learn that. We took a vacation with the kids one year. We rented a Toyota, a Ford, mind you.
A Ford Taurus, right? It was with
station wagon.
And I swear to God, I was looking out at the stars. That's how much.
I had everything.
It was so loaded. The back bumper was almost hitting the ground. I'm not even.
And he couldn't see out the windows.
We had the whole household in there.
So I'm not very good at packing lightly. So I've gotten better over the years. But anyways, so I forgot where I was going with that.
About how organized you can be.
Oh, so anyways, we went to Utah one time.
She can.
And I love Christmas as well. One of my other things. So we went. It was after Christmas, and I never usually get Christmas sales because we usually travel
after Christmas.
Right.
So she gets all kinds of bargains.
So I went bargain shopping, and I came home with all this Christmas stuff. He's like, "Where are you gonna put that?" And I'm like, "Oh, I hadn't thought about that because literally, I mean, at the time, I think we had both puppies, and they were sleeping on top of our clothes, our dirty clothes, because there was no place to put stuff. So." The puppies' beds are now getting risen up higher and higher.
Higher and higher.
They can see out the
windows.
windows.
You're looking up at them in the back seat. You're looking
So-
down at us.
Because we had no space, so they keep getting. But anyways, so he's like, "What are you gonna do with that stuff?" So Sandy could tell that there was going to be an argument. So Sandy's like, "Come on," she calls him Junior. "Come on, Junior, let's go this way." So she pulled him away, and I literally packed that car. I picked up the wheel well, and I hid all kinds of stuff in the wheel well.
Every single
Thank God we
nook and
never got a
cranny.
flat
It's
tire.
amazing. All up under the seats, all around the spare tire, all down in, the place in your trunk where it goes down inside the wheel wells, all down in there. It was just packed with Christmas trinkets, Christmas decorations, and nativity scenes, and
Everything you can
and
imagine.
she
So the thing
fit
was,
all
the
I
only-
couldn't believe it. Yeah.
And the only thing he said was, "If we get a flat tire, you're in trouble."
And we
So thank you to
it
God,
would have been bad.
we did not get a flat tire because I would have had trinkets all over the highway as he's trying to get to the spare tire that was buried on top of all the stuff. So yeah, but I am a good packer.
We've
So
been, thank God, so lucky on all of our trips because we've done lots and lots and lots of travel, and we just haven't done it with an RV. We've been like all over the country, the southern part of the country, anyways, from I-70 south, and we have. I shouldn't even say this.
yeah, don't say it out loud. No, let's not jinx us.
I'll have to finish it now. We've never had a flat tire.
Thank you, dear God. Knock on
All of
wood.
our
Thank you, dear
travels.
God.
It's amazing. I've had flat tires going to work. I've had flat tires around town. I've had flat tires here and there. But when we're on vacation, we've been so lucky.
I've driven on flat tires. My father would love to tell this story.
Okay, I'll tell the story. She leaves for work one morning, and I'm standing in the picture window, and I watch her back out, and I'm not lying to you. Her right rear tire is bone flat, rim to the ground. She takes off. So I stand in the picture window, and I wait for her to come back. And I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting longer, and I'm waiting more, and there's no Sue. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So now I'm worried. She's either broke down
It was before cell phone days.
or went to work. Right, it was way before cell phone days. So I jumped in my car. I went the route that she would go to work. There's no Susie. I go all the way there. The car's parked in the yard where she works with a bone flat right rear tire. Okay. I go to the door. I knock on it. Susie comes to the door. She goes, "What are you doing here?" I says, "Did you notice anything wrong with the car?" She said, "What do you mean?" I said, "You got a flat tire, bone flat. There's nothing there." "Oh, that's why I almost spun out in that turn." She said, "Yeah." She said, "I thought it was slippery with ice." "No, you didn't have you." So yeah,
Kind of felt like Seekonk. We used to go to Seekonk Speedway, so it kind of like felt like Seekonk Speedway sliding around the corners. I'm like, oh, whoa, cool.
of course she can, she can.
And that was my big Parisienne.
She knows how to drive after watching race cars. So.
So it was too
But I
funny.
just couldn't believe it. I mean, if I have a tire that's 5 pounds low, I can feel it. I'm just saying, because I'm sensitive to it, I guess. But yeah, so. And speaking of that, like the rig, I got a TPS pressure system, which I'm really happy about because I hear that when you run dualies in the back, if one tire goes flat, the other tire overworks and that can blow. So I'm going to be putting that in just in case. So if we do have a flat in the rig, I will definitely know it before it goes flat.
No, so we were telling a silly story about how I got in my car to go to work one day, my old Parisienne, my huge, and it was yellow,
Yeah.
huge yellow Parisienne. And went off to go to work that day, and Ron was home. Must have been winter. He usually has January off, so it must have been during January. And he looked out the window and he noticed I had a flat tire, but it was before cell phones.
Completely flat, right to the rim.
He saw me go up the street thinking Sue will be back, and Sue will be back, and Sue will be back, and Sue never came back.
Sue drove to work.
So he came to chase me down.
12 miles.
He thought I was stuck somewhere, so he came to find me where I was
Couldn't
stuck.
find her.
And he pulled up to where I was working and knocked on the door. And I'm like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Did you notice you got a flat tire?" I'm like, "Nope."
Crazy.
But I was spinning out like Seacock Speedway. So that's all you missed, Sue, was my silly driving habits. My father loves to tell that story. And every time that he gets a chance to bring that story up,
He brings
can.
it up all the time. I kind of love to tell it myself.
Yes, he does.
It's kind of
So I actually told it myself. So see, yep, I can be a crazy driver. And no, I can't tell when I have a flat tire. Sorry, guys.
She's a heavy duty fast driver.
I do have a heavy
She
foot.
flies, and how she doesn't get stopped with tickets, I have no idea.
Knock on wood. Thank you, dear
I'm
God.
sorry. I mean, she's a pretty lady, but she's no young blonde.
No,
So-
I'm not gonna get away with this for
So
sure.
it's not like the
Nope.
cops are gonna be
Nope.
nice to her, but she just doesn't get. If I sped around like her, I'd get a ticket. I actually got stopped the other day. I was doing 55 in a 65-mile-an-hour zone. The guy,
One second. Bye, Tony and Joni. Thank you guys so much for stopping in
Thank
and
you.
visiting with us. I'll be over to visit you guys soon. Take care. All right, go ahead, finish your conversation.
the tires on the Lucky Dog's asking how old my tires are. The tires are brand new.
No, she misunderstood. She thought we were talking about ties on the rig.
Oh,
That's why I repeated the story, because she didn't catch that.
Oh.
She thought, kind of like the other day, she thought we were peeing in the shower. Sorry, Sue.
no, there's no pain in the shower. Nope. So.
She Lisa said I was going too slow. No, probably not.
So funny. So funny. Anyways, we're gonna call it a night, guys, and we really appreciate all of you guys coming. I have to go because Sweepy's having a fit. She has to go at 6:30 to get her snacks and to go out and pee. And
Thank you guys.
And I have to go to bed because I get up at 3:15 in the morning. So.
But thank you, everyone. We're
Thanks.
we're honored that you all take this hour to come spend with
Oh my
us.
God,
We are
it's-
totally honored, and it's so special to us. You can't imagine. We're like we get off and go, they really came and saw us, huh? Like we're like look at each other
It's
like,
amazing.
wow, cool.
It's amazing, and we want to thank all the people, but I especially want to thank Lucky Dog for being our
Yes, you
for
guys
being our
always-
moderator tonight. Fantastic.
And Devil Dog, thank you once again for helping us out.
Yes.
That is just amazing.
Yes.
That is the biggest help we've gotten yet. So thank you. We are just honored once again that you're all coming to visit, and thank you everyone else. We really enjoyed spending time with you. Hope we get to meet everybody someday.
Yeah.
I really do.
If anybody's going to Quartzsite, we're going to be there, and we'd like to meet any of you.
Or
And
somewhere along the way in our travels.
somewhere
We're
along the
traveling
way,
between
we'll stop and visit. Whatever.
we're traveling between Massachusetts and
Yep.
Arizona.
And I'm going down through. I'm going to go down through Virginia and into Georgia and take 10 all the way along the Gulf Coast, all the way into Texas,
yeah, we
all
hit
the way
Texas.
into Arizona. So
Yep. So if guys, anybody wants to meet up, we'd love it. So
yeah.
let us know. And thank you guys. Y'all have a wonderful week.
Thank you so much. We'll see
Take
you next
care.
week.
Bye.
Thank you.